This is July 1st, Thursday at 2:20. I had a morning meeting and then I was talking with a friend and late lunch and actually doing what I started this earlier this week. It's called mirror work. It's a 21-day practice where I do things where I basically talk to my mirror and write down some journaling activities, listen to some meditations, some guided meditations. So just started that. I'm on day 4, and so far there's some things that are coming up in it. So basically it's a self-work practice, so I was doing that earlier today. And yeah, I need to focus on that. That's been really helpful, and I want to keep it going. Just day 4 of 21 days I'm doing it. So that I'll share with you guys some of the things I'm taking away, some of the journaling practices that I'm doing. This is part of how trading is, but that's not normal, man. Like any other time of the day or doing anything else, if I felt like that, I would feel like, okay, I got to do something different. This isn't working, or the energy isn't right, or whatever. But when I do that for trading, I wanted to catch myself doing that, and so that was really good. That I caught myself doing that, and so now I'm just gonna watch myself, you know, watch my body language. Just watch how I am looking at the market and just making sure that I'm not getting too tense in this, because at the end of the day, this is nothing. At the end of the day, this is helping me see that there's more to life than what I think there is. So I'm going to jump into the markets here, since we only have a little bit of time before close. I am trading at other times of the day, so I'm not as bummed as, hopping on late, feeling like I've missed my window, because the windows are popping up at all times of the day. So that said, I want to see if there's any opportunities coming on right now. GC is going to be my main target, actually, for now, and maybe even for the overnight sessions as well, because it is not at an all-time high, and even though CL is not at an all-time high either, it is at a high for more than 12 months, and so it's reacting very interestingly at these prices. So the same way that ES is, and it's just a lot of unknowns since I can't see both sides of the market. So I'm gonna look at GC right now and see if there's anything popping up towards the end of the day, and sure, materialization of an opportunity. So didn't quite retrace back to the 38.2% level, but got close. It's right at VWAP. So there's one. So on the higher time frame, come on. way to the 161% level and got exhausted at that high volume node at around 7. Not sure if it's going to push up to the 161% level. My bias is to the downside for open. So the Asian close, the European open, all the way until the European close had the most volume. So that's something to keep in mind. That those times are the GC has been more active. So that's definitely not the case for ES. And I'll take a look at CL to see how that was yesterday and today. But for right now, right at the VWAP, kind of maybe didn't quite get to the 38.2% level, so I'm going to wait. And since we're right at VWAP, I'm going to wait for a confirmation. I may not even trade this trade today, but definitely my downside is to the bias. My downside is to the bias. My downside bias. My bias is to the downside. I can talk, guys. I can talk. Okay, so let's go to CL. CL had a solid move up and went up to the 127% and to the 161%, and he pushed even higher and has retraced from that. That was at the opening. So the opening we had highs for both CL and GC, from which it has since retraced. And let's see. I would say this is a good level. Let's see what we got. So let's run some fibs on here. But below for sure, so that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, unless I put it down here, we bounced up right off of it. Very strong. And this was the low from Tuesday. So we bounced up, bounced down here again. And so that's on the higher, more medium time frame, I guess. So let's see if there's anything else that's developing going to the downside. So if I place that, let's say here. Nope. If it's up there. 161% is pretty close to the 38.2% level, so I would guess that we are going to the downside. But before I confirm that, let's see. Yep, and that correlates with the high volume node area. So yeah, definitely going to look to go short here. So CL as well, downside bias. Let's go to ES. Yes. Some drop frames again on this laptop. So I guess one thing is I need to restart my computer every time that I use this so that, yeah, I mean, so that I'm not getting so many drop frames and so that I can actually use this laptop while I'm trading. Because that's my #1 priority, is to be able to trade. Okay, so some solid moves up. Lots of volume today. Let's see if there were fibs that formed which are getting exhausted, and I would not count on going short on an exhaustion. Very clearly not recommended. This was nice. That right there to 127, which we're banging up against. And then from this retracement to the high. Yep, right at the 61.8% level. And is there a confluence? Not quite. Close though. And we're gonna get up to 43.13 today. It's crazy. We're at 4,300. So yeah, I'm not gonna take any trades right now because I'm not gonna go short. I'm not gonna fade this, and it's too little open equity for me to enter at this time. So not entering that. we are going to go long. Nope, can't do that. This is the one that I'll be looking at. Basically, price came down from 0 to 100%, retraced past the 38.2% level, and then has met some strength. Coming down, so it's coming to go back up again. Let's see if there's something here. Right at that level. This would be one I could potentially enter. 15, maybe enter at 13. And for a target of 159, 59.27. Man, I don't think it's gonna drop that much. Not right now. So I'm gonna hold back, guys. I don't think I'm gonna enter any trades today. I'm just going to sit back and just see what develops by the end of the day. Go back to yes. Excuse me. That looked great. It's banging up against it. Trying to go higher. But nothing yet. Back to GC. Kind of stalled out. Tempted to enter this going short now. But again, man, we're at 21 minutes left in the day. GC is very slow right now. GC is very slow. Yeah, most of the volume just kind of topped out by 12:30. By the end of the European close. I mean, even past the European close. And since then, very low volume. And market hasn't moved much, if at all. So let's watch something else now. Let's go to CL instead. Let's see how that compared in terms of the volume over the course of from yesterday to today. So CL, the volume compare from the overnight to the day session. So opened here, right around here. So this is the night session. So yeah, last night until open the peak. So from here basically to here was a European session. So that is a lot. That is a lot. US was still more from here down here, but yeah, the overnight session was very lucrative. Lots of possibilities there as well. So yeah, definitely gonna be looking at the CL and gold, the overnight sessions more. And right now, again, banging up against the 100% level and just not as much strength in any direction. So I'm gonna hold off for now. If anything, it's gonna move from here to here, another, maybe 30 to 35. Take me out and then come back down. Unless I have my stop way up here. So that would be a 60-point stop. $50 ticks. Each tick is $10. Each tick is $10. So that's definitely some sellers that stepped in to back off the bull run that we were on the last few days. So I'm going to keep a close eye on this. Today I had entered some contracts on my IBKR account. and let's see how they are doing. So I had entered waiting for it to pop right around earnings. Or maybe even other news around earnings. Shop, I'm waiting for it to drop. It is testing that again. There are some buyers that stepped in, some buying pressure there. The other ones that I had entered, one was XLF. Some strength there, so I went long on it, but just only moved up around 1%, so that's good. Boeing I had entered short here, not much change. And then the other big one that I entered, big position that I entered was Plug. I had entered long here. It did move against me around 3%, so this was my biggest loss for the day, was Plug Power. But overall, I'm in it for the next few weeks. These are swing trades using Fibonacci and trend analysis, so I'm going to keep an eye out on that. But as of right now, I am continuing to hold on to those positions. So